The ride on my first day has some unique features. First, there are many turns to look out for, so I'm grateful to have the GPX files on my bike GPS. This would be a tough one to follow using paper maps. The part of today I'm most looking forward to is the mountain valley after Fairfield, and we'll pass several vineyards. Today will be a longer ride than average at 74 miles, but below average climbing with just a touch of the California coastal mountain range to cross. I think on our fresh legs and high adrenaline, it won't be too challenging of a starting day. Good morning. It's Thursday, May 16th. We woke up bright and early, before 5 a.m. Gonna get an early start. I had a bowl of oatmeal and a banana and eating a bar right now to give me some energy to start out. Paul, how you feeling?
What could you do?
Here's the stretch limo. I think I'm gonna burn more calories taking this down the 3 flights of stairs than I will riding 80 miles to Woodland today. Paul's getting his last minute bike setup done behind me, and I am sitting on the stretch limo ready for the first pedals. We're gonna head to the Wetlands Edge Park so we can dip our rear wheels into some body of water that we will consider attached to the Pacific Ocean before continuing to Woodland. This is it. I bet it feels a little surreal. Like, I've been watching so many other people's reports of this, and I can't believe that I'm about to crank my first pedal toward the Atlantic Ocean. Paul, any final thoughts?
You know what, Dave, I've changed my mind. I can't do this.
Fun. I'm riding between the Solano County Fairgrounds, and to my left is a Six Flags Discovery Kingdom. 1 mile, Paul. 1 mile down, 3,850 to go. We're practically there.
I'm feeling a bit fatigued. I might have to rest.
Our starting point of Vallejo, California is famous for a few unfortunate things. A couple are related to crime. The Zodiac Killer was a serial killer active in the 1960s. He killed at least 37 individuals, 3 of which took place within the city limits of Vallejo. And recently I watched the Netflix documentary American Nightmare, where a woman was kidnapped from her home in Vallejo and all signs incorrectly pointed to her fiancé. Vallejo was the largest California city to declare bankruptcy, which they did in 2008. In more positive news, Vallejo was named the most diverse city in the United States in 2012. From the Wetlands Edge Park, riding west into the wind, which I like. I like that. I think it's for the bulk of the day, but the wind's going to be at our back. What's the worst sort of beach to ride your tires over? A glass beach. And there is the stretch limo. We just swam here from Alcatraz Island, escaped, and this is our escape vehicle. Day 1 and I already broke the speed limit. I went 24 and a 15. The Golden State's exaggerated relief map shows just how flat and featureless the Central Valley is. You could almost mistake it for a large inland sea. I also recognize how different the structure of the coastal range is compared with the Sierra Nevadas. Check out this beautiful canopy of trees I get to ride through. Oh, this is wonderful. Took a little break here, and we are certainly in Napa wine country. It's gorgeous here. So today is exceeding my expectations. We're, I don't know, 25 miles into the ride so far. We have reached 38 miles, 38.5 miles into the trip, which means I am 1/100th. I got my first motorcycle to give me the wave the motorcycles wave. I failed on my first attempt. Just got one here, across from Lake Solano. Met our first Transamer on day one. I was not expecting to see somebody else. I'm glad you got a sign on the back. Yeah. And what's your name?
I'm Dan.
I'm David.
David, it's good to meet
That's
you.
Paul.
I'm Paul. I'm Dano. It's good to meet you.
So he's 120 pounds with the dog. So very brave. Robert Craig McNamara, son of Robert S. McNamara, lived in Winters, California. He was a significant advisor to JFK in the Cuban Missile Crisis and then the Vietnam War. He later regretted some of the U.S. involvement during the Vietnam War after he retired. We had a pleasant ride through Winters and had a lunch at Subway there. Hadn't been to a Subway for a while. Davis, California has the highest number of bikes per capita in the entire country. It makes sense given its weather and that it's a university town. The League of American Bicyclists gave its first platinum rating to Davis. There is fantastic bicycle infrastructure here, with bike racks everywhere, dedicated bike lanes, and bike paths throughout the city. Wiki Travel actually says that the worst way to see Davis is by car. I'm riding through the city of Davis, and it's great. I've been through 2 dedicated bicycle roundabouts. I got Paul to stop at an In-N-Out burger. No, he's not denouncing veganism or vegetarianism. He's filling up our water bottles. Thank you, Paul. Woodland, California is the county seat of Yolo County, which I'd thought was just an acronym for You Only Live Once. Turns out it's a Patwin Native American word meaning a place abounding in rushes. The county is the second biggest employer in Woodland, just after Target since they have a distribution center in town. We passed several horse ranches and equestrian training centers along the route here. I didn't know prior to this trip that this was an important part of the culture here. Actually, to be fully honest, I wouldn't know where outside of Louisville, Kentucky, where equestrian culture is prominent. This is the life of a Transamerican cyclist. We are spoiled. Not a wonderful warm showers host who opened their swimming pool to us, 80 degrees. And this is wonderful. All right, some thoughts of the day. Scenery, I would rank a 9 out of 10. Like, that exceeded my expectations. It was varied. It was beautiful. Difficulty of riding, I think 2 or 3 out of 10. It was more miles than normal. And there were a few climbs, but they were so short. And what else could I rate? I think the road surfaces and that was probably a 10 out of 10. Like, we were spoiled today. So many places where we had a wide shoulder or a dedicated bike lane. That was great. Accommodation, 10 out of 10.
We got honked at that.
We did get honked at once. Yeah, no, they honked at Paul. They didn't honk at me. Paul was behind me. He got honked at. They didn't like what Paul was doing. Overall feeling of positivity. I would say that's at a 10. Like, I'm right now thinking, oh, like, no way I won't be able to finish this. So that's feeling really good right now. I know that's going to change over the course of the trip, but it's sitting really high right now. That's Paul enjoying a dragonfly. All right, dragon. And one more story I should tell. After the amazing dinner, Peggy says, "Would you guys like a fruit sorbet?" And we said, "That would be excellent. We would of course like a fruit sorbet," thinking she was going to get something out of the freezer. And she starts taking frozen fruit out of the freezer and puts it in the blender and makes us fresh fruit sorbets. Oh, and then some crushed walnuts on top. Man, we were taken care of here in Woodland.